Howdy, and welcome to Book Your Give Here. We're Travel That Gives. I'm Lulu Lima, your chief travel guru. I hope this episode of Dream Now Travel Later inspires you to travel, and I invite you to give us the opportunity to help plan your next memorable trip. So grab your popcorn and enjoy.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It's a beautiful day here in Austin, Texas, and I'm so excited to bring you Michelle, and I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, Koshminski. I got it. Yay. And he is with the tourism board of the Guadeloupe Islands. So this is in the Caribbean, a little bit of place of heaven where it's not as known. And so we want to kind of bring you a little bit of places that are off the beaten path. And so this is a great destination, especially for my East Coasters, because it's a very easy piece to kind of travel to. Those of us in Texas, we will need to change planes, but still great opportunities that are certainly available. So with that, I want to give the floor over to Michelle, who will kind of take us into the beauty of Guadeloupe Islands. It's all yours.
Thank you, Lulu. Thank you for having me. And yes, so I am the trade production assistant of the Guadeloupe Islands. We actually have an office here in New York. And I'm about to reveal all the secrets of the Guadeloupe Islands. So should we start with the slides?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to go into presentation mode. And we're going to show that. Give me 1 second here, where we're going to do the beautiful slideshow. Come on, computer of mine. It knows it's Friday. Yes. Alrighty. So
okay.
Let's talk.
So the Guadeloupe Islands, as you said, it's a French islands. It's a French territory in the southern Caribbean. So more exactly, they are located right between Antigua and Dominica. So it's very easy to reach, like you said, from JFK. That's 1,800 miles away, which is a 3.5-4 hour flight, and it's 1,300 miles away from Miami. And the Guadeloupe Islands are located in the Eastern time zone, and they're entirely part of France and of the European Union. So all you need to have to go there is a valid US passport. And the language spoken is French, but English is widely spoken in the touristic areas, so you will not have a problem if you don't speak French.
That's awesome. And the currency is euros, correct?
Absolutely, the euro. And you'll find, ATMs and banks throughout the entire archipelago. So it's an archipelago of 5 islands. If you want to go to the next slide, I'll show you on the map.
Yep.
It's not, okay. Okay, now let's go with the flights first. So as I said, JetBlue flies directly out of JFK 3 times a week. That's on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And the flight is at 8 a.m., which allows JetBlue connections from Boston, Burlington, and LAX. However, the JetBlue flight is seasonal. It's only during the winter time, so from November to the end of April. Now, okay. Air France flies 2 times a week all year round out of Miami on Tuesday and Saturday, and American Airlines flies also from Miami once a week on Saturdays. And the airfare is quite affordable with JetBlue. It's the one-way fare starts at $159.
And that's awesome. And so for those of you guys who, since it is seasonal, in terms of getting away for the winter, this is a great opportunity. And as Michelle had mentioned, it's an archipelago of 5 different islands. So here's a great map that kind of gives you a little bit of where you're going to land and kind of how to get around.
Yes. So as you can see, so you have the 2 main islands that are shaped like a butterfly. So it's actually nicknamed the Butterfly Archipelago. So the one on the right is called Grande Terre, and the one on the left is called Basse Terre. and the two main islands are connected by a bridge, and you have the airport right in the middle, the international airport. And then you have the more remote islands that you access with a ferry. You have Les Saintes, Marie Galante, and La Désirade. So I'm going to give you later on, I'm going to give you more detail about each and every island, and you're going to see that all of them has something different to offer. Um, but yeah, I just want to emphasize on the fact that because it's a European, totally part of the European Union, so the Guadeloupe Islands benefit from all the infrastructures in terms of medical services and the roads. We have very good roads. It's a very good, it's a very safe place. No vaccination is required. The water is safe to drink everywhere. So yeah, that's what I want to say. So let's go to the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's really great because I know there's a number of Caribbean countries where we're always looking at, do we have to take, bottled water, this and that. So it's really great that the island here in itself is very similar in terms of what we are used to here at home, where we can drink from the tap if we want to and things like that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's great.
Yes. So what to expect, going to the Guadeloupe Islands, you're really going to get the ultimate French Caribbean experience. We have a very strong cultural heritage with over 80 historical monuments across the 5 islands, including the Memorial Act, which is the largest memorial in the world dedicated to the slave trade, and it opened about 4 years ago. We have also a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. That's our rainforest. We also have the Jacques Cousteau Reserve for diving and snorkeling. We have countless activities, blue activities, green activities, a lot of culture activities. It's also a big food destination. We have over 250 unspoiled beaches, over 50 waterfalls in the rainforest, and over 250 miles of hiking trails. So really, there's a lot to discover.
Yeah, it sounds like we need at least 2 or 3 weeks there just to
well, honestly,
grannies.
Yeah, 2 weeks is great.
Awesome. And you guys have a lot of great festivals as well.
Yes, there's always something going on. So we have the St. George International Music Festival. So the Chevalier St. George is considered to be the Black Mozart, and he's originally from Guadeloupe. So there's this festival in March. We have a blues festival in June, Terre de Blues. We have All Day In, that's the electronic music festival in July. We have Karukera One Love, Caribbean music in August. We have a jazz festival in November. We also have the carnival in February, the entire month. So there's always something going on.
So it's awesome that we can even do carnival there. That is great. And you guys have a really great, easy spirit and very easy opportunities in terms of getting around the island and things like that. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, really, because people are curious about the Guadeloupe Islands, they're confused. They're saying, oh, it's French, it's Caribbean. I don't know. It's really a cool mix of French art de vivre and Caribbean simplicity. So you're gonna guarantee to have a good time.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And so now we're going to talk a little bit about the top part of the butterfly.
Yes. So the top right. So this island is called Grande Terre. That's where the airport is located. It's actually in the economic capital is called Pointe-à-Pitre. That's where the airport is.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on in Pointe-à-Pitre. You can go. It's a lot of history, museums. The architecture is very interesting. You can see on the picture, it kind of looks like New Orleans. You can go to the market, buy some Creole spices, buy some souvenir, buy some rum or some fruits. So if you look at the southern coast, you have 3 towns. I don't think people can read the towns, but you have Le Gosier, you have Sainte-Anne, and you have Saint-François. So those are the main towns. That's most of the population is located here, and most of the hotels are there. You have beautiful white sand beaches on this southern coast.
That's awesome.
Yes,
And so as we move over into Basse-Terre,
yes.
there's certainly a different flavor.
It's totally different. So the island we saw before is kind of flat, and this is the rainforest. It's lush, but it's also the mountains. There's a volcano that you can climb. It's very accessible. We have amazing waterfalls. We have a lot of hiking trails. We have the Jacques Cousteau Reserve for diving and snorkeling. There's a botanical garden that is absolutely fantastic. You can also go and learn how to make coffee, like learn how to make your own organic chocolate bars. There's a lot going on in the Basse-Terre.
That's awesome. And how easy is it to drive or to rent a car on the island?
Yeah, it's very easy to rent a car. And to give you an idea, from to drive across the two islands is going to take you about 2 hours, basically.
Oh, so everything is really close by, so you can rent a car for the day. You don't have to rent it for the entire time that you're there, and you can do different activities and kind of just have a great experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So now we move over to Marie Galante.
Yes. Okay. So now, so we saw the two main islands, and now we're going to the more remote islands. So those ones you need to take the ferry, usually just go on a day trip. So Marie Galante is nicknamed the Pancake Island because of its shape. It's basically mainly sugarcane fields, and there are two famous rum distilleries. So you can go for a little rum tasting. And the interesting thing in Marie Galante, there's only 3 towns. There's not a lot of people, and when you go there, you have the feeling of stepping back in time because you see the old school ox skirts, the farmers with the straw hats, and it's very relaxing. But the thing I love over there, you can have your own beach to yourself, just white sand and turquoise water.
And that's awesome. And you really do have the opportunity here for great social distancing
Oh yeah,
because the island isn't as inhabited. And so there's great opportunity for you to have a beach all by yourself.
absolutely, absolutely.
So we move on to Les Saints.
Yeah, Les Saintes. Oh, this one is my favorite island. It's actually a little archipelago itself, composed of 5 tiny islands. So you're gonna take the ferry, and you're gonna dock in this beautiful bay. It's one of the most beautiful bays in the world. And so you're gonna get off the boat, and you're gonna be in this little fisherman's village that was founded by people from Brittany, and they have a lot of amazing restaurants, amazing seafood. You can taste their pastries, the tourment d'amour. You can see the picture here on the top right. And also, the archipelago is very hilly. And one of the hills has the Fort Napoleon on top. So if you go to the sand, you have to go to the Fort Napoleon. There's a lot of history. It was built by Napoleon to fight the British. But the most important thing, from there, you have the view of the entire archipelago. And this picture here was taken from the Fort Napoleon. So definitely, Les Saintes is a must see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Lots of great history we're seeing here. And now we're looking at an amazing opportunity to see some great wildlife.
Oh, yes. La Désirade is really protected. It's really just a band of land. And actually, it used to be a leopard colony for 300 years. And there's only one town. Not a lot of people live there. There's probably more iguanas than people. And there's just a band. There's just one road. So what you do, you go there, and you rent a moped, and you go and you find your own beach just to yourself. So it's perfect if you want to get away.
That's awesome. And in terms of getting here to this island, you just take a ferry from the main island.
Absolutely. So the ferries, run every day. Usually, if you want to go to one of those remote islands, you take the ferry early in the morning, and you stay all day. You come back late afternoon. And however, if you want to stay over one night on one of those islands, there are hotels where you can stay 2 overnight.
And so that's awesome. So we can easily break up your trip so that you can actually have the ability to experience all the different islands and have great cultural immersion.
Oh yes, yes.
So we talked about the easy island hopping in regards to everything is just a boat ride away.
Yes.
And obviously you can go for the day itself if you don't want to stay. So, but certainly there's everything seems to be, you know, pretty easy in this regard. And again, guys, this is great for social distancing. I'm going to be visiting as soon as we have the borders wide open, because I really need to learn about more of their secrets, and I'm going to be showing you a lot of that when I do go. So this is really going to be a great opportunity. So if you're looking for something that is different, Guadeloupe Islands is the place to be.
Yep. And I want to tell you now about all the activities, because we have a lot of blue activities. We have beautiful untouched beaches. So as I said earlier, we have the Jacques Cousteau Reserve for diving and snorkeling. You can do, of course, sailing. There's great surfing and kite surfing in Grande Terre on the Atlantic coast. You can do deep sea fishing. You can do, jet skiing, just name it. We have all those activities.
And that's super awesome. So for you guys who are, wanting that wellness or in soft adventure piece of things, here's a great opportunity. And in regards to diving, do you guys also offer diving certification classes?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah,
So,
and all the companies are very professional. And I dove there for the first time myself. It was amazing.
That's absolutely awesome. So now we're moving on to the preserve of nature, right? Which is, a lot of your mission to kind of keep things healthy and sustainable and so forth.
Yes,
So,
and I wanted to talk about the green activities actually. So mainly in the rainforest, you can do zip lining, you can do hiking, mountain biking, canyoning. We have some adventure parks. So if you're an eco-tourist, you're gonna just love especially Basse-Terre, the rainforest.
that's awesome. I can't wait to try all of this.
Yeah.
And yes, guys, I will be doing it, and there will be video. So off the beaten path, which is something that I absolutely adore.
Yes, I'm about to reveal a little secret, because I know you wanted something, a little exclusive. So,
Exactly.
take notes. It's called Les Bassins Bleus. So it's, by the rainforest in this little town called Gourbert in Basse-Terre. And you're gonna go on a little 30-minute hike. It's quite easy. And while you're hiking, you're gonna admire some beautiful, lush tropical flora. And you can even make a little break. There's a little picnic area. And you're gonna arrive at a series of heaven-like blue natural pools. So you can see a picture here, and there's several of them. And it's really, beautiful. Not a lot of people know about it. And, it's perfect for like a family activity or as a couple.
Awesome. And you can go into those pools and enjoy.
Yeah, however, it's a little cold.
You know what? But if you're, after all that hiking and everything else, a little cold would probably
Oh yeah,
be good.
I love it. It wakes you up. You feel fresh and energized.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of flavors on the island, and
oh yeah, it's a big food destination. A lot of chefs move from Paris, and they open restaurants in Guadeloupe, and they mix the French classic cuisine with the Creole spices, with the fresh seafood. And we have great wine, great rum. It's definitely a big food destination.
wow, that's super awesome. And so now you talked about the accommodations earlier on, and here's some examples of some of the accommodations, so you guys can see that there are they're not just little huts or things like that, where obviously we can find them in the rustic areas, but here's some great opportunities for you to have that that luxury experience.
Oh yeah. We have everything from 3 to 5 star hotels. We have some eco lodges, some all inclusive. And actually, I have selected a few properties. If you want to go to the next slide, so
Yep.
let's start with the 5 star. We have only one 5 star. It's called La Tubana Hotel and Spa. It's located in Saint Anne. That's about 25 minutes away from the international airport. And it's a beautiful property. It's located on top of a cliff overlooking the Caribbean Sea. You go down the cliff, there's a private beach. They in terms of the rooms, they have suites and bungalows. It's actually really beautiful. And they also have 3 high-end luxury villas. If you want to go to the next slide, you'll see, yeah. So each of those villas are in the hotel. They have, the infinity pool. You have butler service. It's really high-end property. It's beautiful.
That's awesome. So now we're going to be looking at some of the 4-star properties.
Yes.
And these look amazing. And look at the beautiful view, especially Club Med. Club Med is also completely all-inclusive, guys. So if you are looking for that piece of, for everything to be inclusive, Club Med is definitely the place to be.
Oh, definitely. And Club Med is located on one of the most beautiful beach of the archipelago, on the beach of La Caravelle. And they actually just got totally renovated. They reopened in December. So the property is brand new, and they opened an adult-only section. So yeah, Club Med is definitely a good option.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do work with Club Med. So if you guys want to have, your trip done, certainly an opportunity there.
Yeah.
And now we look at the Le Creole Beach Hotel, which is also a 4-star. And if you can see the beauty of these 4-star properties. They're beautiful. It's nice, clean lines, and they're literally right there on the beach.
Yeah, it's really chic. They have this property has beautiful surroundings, tropical garden on the beach. They have 2 amazing restaurants, and the thing that is really nice over there, they have a bar, a very lively bar. There's always something going on. They have a lot of locals coming. They have jazz night. They have Caribbean night. It's a place where people meet like locals. Like you're definitely not gonna get bored if you go there.
That's awesome.
Oh, here is Le Relais du Moulin. That's located in Saint Anne, about 35 minutes away from the airport. And this is way more private. It's very interesting. It's built around the 18th century windmill. They only have bungalows around it, and it's very private. They have a little restaurant, very good restaurant. There's a spa, a little private swimming pool. It's very, very chic. It's great for couples.
That's awesome. I definitely need to come see this. So now we've got some more of the 3-star properties, which are probably a little bit more boutique-y, I would say.
Actually, no. The three star is more all inclusive. Actually, this one, Langley Resort for Royal, is located in Basse-Terre, which is the rainforest. And not only by the rainforest, but also on the beach. It's very unique. It's this gold sand beach. It gives a great, it's a great color. It's very warm, and it's a great option for families because they have a lot of activities, and it's all inclusive by the rainforest, by the beautiful beach. So I definitely recommend Royal for families.
Awesome.
And Fleur de Pays, well, that's another all-inclusive, and this one on Grande Terre, so the first island. They have beautiful white sand beach too. They have a very copious buffet. That's a great option too.
Beautiful. And so you have some eco lodges that we can talk about. And so these are really great experiences because these are experiences like no other. So you're really going to have that opportunity to really say, I was able to do this on my trip. And it's not something you're going to find on the internet.
Oh yeah. Now, this property, it's absolutely magical. It's called Tende Caillou. It's basically a tree house eco lodge. You are in the rainforest, in also the mountains, so you have the view on the sea. They have those spa treatments where they use like natural spring water for the spa treatments. And the thing is, you don't necessarily have to stay there. You can just go for a spa treatment or go to the restaurant, and the place is absolutely magical. So I wanted to include something quite unique, in the selection. So that's why I put it too.
Absolutely. And this is, I mean, this is there's certainly a place where all of our wellness clients and things like that, you really want that uniqueness, and you're really going to find that here.
Yes.
So, and of course, there's, there's a lot of opportunity where you're now going to start seeing a lot of the moving pieces of the Guadeloupe Islands coming in, because it really is a hidden gem.
Yes, yes, and we've been receiving a lot of love from medias. We were in the New York Times 52 places to go in 2016. We made the National Geographic Best of the World list in 2017. We're featured on different travel shows like Raw Travel, Travels with Darley, on the Travel Channel too. But I think the most important thing is there is a show. I don't know if you heard of it, Lulu. It's called Death in Paradise. It's a BBC comedy crime show, and it's broadcasted on PBS. It's also on Netflix. And this show is actually getting really, really popular. It's a lot of fun, and they film everything in Guadeloupe. So people watch the show, and then they're really curious about Guadeloupe. So I recommend that you check out the show. It's called Death in Paradise. It's on Netflix.
Well, it looks like that's the next thing that we're going to start binging on, because that'll be my weekend watch.
Yeah.
So, and we've talked about a number of these different pieces. It's so that there's a lot of opportunity here for families, for couples, and for all types of folks who are looking, and it's a very safe place to be. So you really have, a lot of the moving pieces that we're used to,
Yes.
Definitely to be here. So really excited about all of those moving pieces. And so we really need to talk a little bit about COVID, because we're living that COVID point. So right now, while the borders are closed, they will open up once the shenanigan areas open.
Yes, and as soon as they reopen, everything for business, all the hotels and the excursion company have to enforce some strict rules and regulations of the French Health Agency, which includes employees wearing masks and gloves, reinforcing cleaning at each contact point, and as well as applying social distancing. And besides those sanitary measures, hotels will add flexibility within their cancellation policy in order to facilitate business.
So that's awesome. So you guys really can book here, knowing that if you need to cancel or things like that, obviously you have my backing, but you know that you're also going to have the hotels working with us. So really great opportunities overall. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing the love of the island, because this is great. And so I'm super excited to have, to have had you come in and share this. And definitely I need to plan a trip. So anybody who's interested in coming with me on a trip, let me know, because we're doing this.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Lulu.
Yes. Did you have anything else that you'd like to add before we go?
No, that's pretty much it. Merci beaucoup.
Oh, merci. So thank you. And until the next time, namaste.
Namaste.
Bye, everybody.